so much, Angie, for joining us on CreatorQon today.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
My goodness. And what are we? Is it Angie? Is it Angela? Let's level set with people so they're
Yes.
in the know.
So it's Angie Khoury,
Let's go.
but you can call me Angie.
I love it. So, Angie, like, who are you? People follow you on IG, on TikTok, but like, who are you? Give us the Coles notes if you could write it in your own words.
Of course. So I'm a singer from Toronto, Canada. I'm half Palestinian Venezuelan. I've always loved singing since I was like a little girl.
Yeah.
And I actually just got signed last year and dropped my very first project last month. So I'm a brand new baby singer.
Let's go. I'm excited. We're going to get
Yes.
into all of that. Obviously, we also have you on CreatorCon today, not only because you're a singer, but you've garnered such a massive following across your TikTok and your
Yes.
IG, and naturally you're leveraging that, to
Mhm.
grow your music. So we'll talk
Mhm.
about that soon.
Yes.
But I guess, have you always been a singer? Did you always know that you were going to be doing this? Like, what's the story there?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like ever since I was a kid, I literally was 8 years old and I was in the middle of a math class, a math test, and I just remember hating math so much. I was like, I'm not doing this. Like I don't need to do this. I'm gonna be a singer. So I remember I just sat there. All I did was put my name in and I went to hand it in and my teacher was furious with me. But I was stubborn. I was like, there was nothing she could tell me. I was like, no, ma'am, I'm going to be a singer. Like I don't need that.
Love it. I love it. Did your parents support you in that, or was there some friction at home?
There was definitely some friction just on my dad's side. As an Arabic man growing up, it's not like the most logical job to have. You either got to be a doctor or a lawyer or like it doesn't count. So, but my mom was always very, very supportive. So, shout out to her.
I love that. I love that. And that's a reality, right? That happens. Well, whether it's whatever it is, right?
Well,
Parents,
he's on board now.
I'm sure he is.
Yes.
Fantastic. I love that. And so I guess, where are you? You're from Toronto. Are you living in Toronto? Is that where your base is? Where are you now? What's going on?
Oh my God. I think I'm trying to make my base Los Angeles.
Okay.
But yes, currently right now it's Toronto, but I'm here in California and I'm trying not to leave.
Okay. What do you love so much about LA? What's happening in LA? Why do you want to be there?
It's just like the place to be when you're doing something like this, and the opportunities are just like one in every three person you meet. It's insane out here, and I just feel like everyone out here is out here with a purpose, and it just makes me feel so great because I feel like I'm connecting with people that are just like me. So
Okay.
yeah,
Got it. So for inspo, Toronto or LA, you're picking LA.
LA. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
What
I
about,
still love Toronto though.
understood. Okay, so weather, we already know whether LA wins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about food? Who wins?
Oh dear. Oh no, that's so hard. I mean, Toronto has everything. Has everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, I think I'm gonna have to say I miss home's food for sure.
Toronto for
Mhm.
food. What about fashion? Toronto or LA? Okay. What about nightlife?
Ooh, LA. But like,
What
I'm a
about
grandma.
men? What about
Pardon?
men?
Men? Oh God. I mean, I hate men right now. Probably neither. Neither.
Sir.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, that's too good. Okay, so let's talk about, your singing and what's happening. As you said, you've been signed. So what
Mm.
music are you working on? What's that look like?
It's very pop R&B. Like the perfect balance of both.
Okay.
Very Ariana Grande inspo, Mariah Carey inspired.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to bring singing back.
I love that.
Mhm.
It's important. And we're seeing this, trend of musicians come up through TikTok and IG. And
Mhm.
like you said, you're bringing, singing back. So you're not a TikTok singer, just for clarity.
Period.
You can. So we're gonna put you to the test here. We're gonna put you on the spot. I love you mentioned Mariah Carey and
Yes.
you mentioned Ariana Grande. Give us your best Mariah impression and your best Ariana Grande.
Ooh, so early. That's Mariah.
I love it.
And Ariana, oh my goodness. I mean, oh, baby. Oh my God, it was so bad.
No, it's not so bad.
Oh
You
my
want to
God.
hear so bad? I'll go. You'll hear. I love it. I love it. So let's talk about inspo, right? Like, who do you get your inspo from, would you say, Angie? Like, what singers do you look to and go, yeah?
Oh, I mean, like, obviously the powerhouses. I love Whitney, Houston, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, but I think um I grew up with Ariana, so she was like the one that like I was like, "Ooh, I can totally do this." Like it made me feel like I could do the same thing she was doing.
Okay. Top three singers of all time. Female.
Okay, that's easy, babe. Whitney, Mariah. Oh, oh. You know what? I'm gonna just say Celine. Yeah, because she's crazy. No one gives Celine the flowers she deserves.
It's true. It's true. She is. She's intense.
Hmm.
So, top three singers, male of all time.
Okay, Michael Jackson,
Okay.
Prince.
Okay.
Ooh, Luther Vandross. Oh my God, I loved his voice.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he doesn't really get the ratings either.
He doesn't, and he had like one of the best voices of all time. Like the men need to step it up today.
True, true, true. I love it. I love it. So now let's talk about your social journey. Okay. How is
Hmm.
social media helping you with your career re-singing? What's happening?
Well, yeah. So, at the time that I wanted to start doing it, I couldn't really get into it because my parents were very like, you need to finish school first. So, by the time I almost finished school, TikTok was popping off. I think it was like 2021 or something.
Okay.
For me, I got on a little late and and I just saw how there were so many things for like singers on there and I was like, I could easily do this. So I started posting consistently like every day. I think by my 10th video, it went crazy. And I just was having so much fun with it. I didn't even realize that I was growing and following. I was just having fun singing and people were enjoying it, and that made me really happy. And yeah, it's brought me so many opportunities because of that. Tommy Brown signed me. He found me online and signed me, and now I get to make my own original music and I don't have to sing other people's songs anymore. And so now I'm just navigating how to use socials for my original stuff.
For sure, for sure. So are you treating it like a mini marketing campaign in terms of like, okay, I'm launching this song. How do I ripple my song? Not playing the whole thing, or like what's your strategy or how are you kind of tackling it?
I definitely have been trying out a bunch of stuff. It's very trial and error because it's very new for me. It's just like starting from scratch, like I did last time. But the good thing is that people really follow me for my voice. So as long as I'm singing, I think that's what's bringing the traction. But also, yeah, you do have to be strategic with the marketing too. But I think that's more when you have a bigger audience that's like, all right, like on schedule, you know what I mean, with you. You have to create your fans to get like that.
So if you had one platform that you could only post on, which platform would it be and why?
I would say TikTok because TikTok is less pressure. You can have more fun. Everyone just wants to laugh on there, and the videos that went the most viral on TikTok were the ones that I had the most fun making. So yeah,
Okay.
I love TikTok. It's very laid back.
Okay. Do you think it's easier to grow a following on TikTok than Instagram, in your opinion, in your
I
experience?
would say yes. I would just say yes based off my experience, but I'm biased.
Okay. Yeah, but your content's blown up on TikTok. You've had more success there. So you
Hmm.
double down there. How do you feel about, YouTube? What's been your experience with YouTube, if
I
any?
love YouTube. I'm honestly not on there as much as I should be.
Like,
But I do love YouTube. The shorts are really great. I think no one really like takes in how awesome those things are. I think I garnered like the majority of my following, or the majority of my subscribers on YouTube through YouTube Shorts. So,
mm,
mhm.
so not coming from other channels.
No, no. Well, I'm sure that it's because I've definitely posted like, oh, here's a full cover of something.
Sure.
Go visit my YouTube, but I feel like I've noticed more engagement on the shorts itself rather than like, dragging people from one on social to another.
Okay, okay. And I think what's been great about you, obviously, you've had the opportunity to work with some brands on your platforms as well. The one I want to highlight, I mean, you did a really wicked collab with Glade, which is a massive global brand. where you actually wrote a song,
Yes.
jingle for them, which is nuts. Talk to
Hmm.
us a little bit about that collab. What was the process? How did you enjoy it? How did you go about tackling that?
It was so much fun. Shout out to Glade again. That was such a fun experience. I've never been asked to make a little jingle for any company, so that was really really fun. It was a great like first time thing to do, and also just the candles were amazing. Oh my god. So I had no problem just singing my face off for these candles.
I love that. So I think, why do you think, right, more brands aren't leaning into this, right? Like you could be doing these weekly. Why not? What do you think they should understand? What do you think they should get? Because I think they still think like, oh, we need the ad to be a traditional ad and look a
Hmm.
certain way, and singing, that doesn't correlate. Like,
Yeah.
what's your advice to them? Why should they be leaning into this?
Well, I feel like the numbers speak for themselves. You know what I mean? I feel like music genuinely is incorporated in everything that we do and can really bring a bunch of stuff to life. And so I'm hoping that, the brands can see that one day because I feel like not everything has to be, right in your face, front and center. You can hear it, you can feel it, don't always have to see it. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense.
It does. No, it does make sense. It makes perfect sense. And I think that's kind of the point of the creative genius
Hmm.
for you, of like being able to do things in your own unique way. And to your point, it's never going to be sitting there like drinking the water bottle of like,
Hmm.
"Oh, buy this." That's just not
Right.
your vibe and style.
Hmm.
I think even there's, hair care brands I know that you've worked with, supplements that you've worked with, where you're again you're singing in the content and it hits, it does better. So why people are opposed to this, I don't know, but we need to lean more into that. I think it's like the creative genius, right,
Hmm. For sure.
of your work as well. And so I know you actually wrote a jingle for them. So that came easy. That was like easy to you. There was no friction there.
I mean, it was definitely like nerve-wracking because, you want to make sure that you get all the stuff that, that you want to just like how to describe the sense and everything, and then you have to make it rhyme. So it's like a whole thing. But I really had fun doing it. I think I feel like now brands are starting to do that though. Like Maybelline just did like that like three girl collab, and they're just singing on it like literally on a mic, and they're singing about makeup. Like it's a thing. It's a great way to just start getting into it. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. So do you feel that, this is to young, creators who are looking to build a following, right? We've seen this happen with the dancing initially on TikTok and, leaning into that, even if it's not something that people are good at. Like, do you think people should be leaning into singing as a way to grow if it's not their core thing? Or no, they should stick to what they're good at and build kind of and cultivate a following through that? Like, what's your thoughts?
I think if you got it, honey, flaunt it. And if you don't, find what honestly makes you you and find your passion. I think everyone has a purpose on this planet and we don't all have to do the same things. But yeah, if you can sing, girl, you better get on there.
And so what are some of the like challenges, right, that you've faced in on your social like, journey, whether again growing your following, maybe you not growing. Have you experienced a time of, not garnering, more attention that you were looking for from a social perspective in terms of engagement and gaining new followers? Like what are some challenges that you've experienced?
I think just now that I'm starting to do more promote my original stuff and it's not just the covers, when you're transitioning from singing covers to your own stuff, obviously people are like, oh, what's this? And like, I'm not familiar with this. So I've had a little bit of trouble there, but it's growing pains. I love growing pains. This is a fun experience for me. I think I'm at the best part of my career right now where it's like the transition over to creating Angie's world and introducing everyone to that and really just pushing that rather than, hey, I don't only have like a great voice. You know what I mean?
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
And I guess, for you, what's the ultimate goal? Like, what does success look like, right? Like for you.
Oh, I'm trying to be a pop star, the next biggest pop star, babes.
Okay.
Yep.
So is that look like for you, like, okay, like, is that you're touring, you're winning
Mhm.
Grammys, or it's a money thing, a follower? Like, what is it?
It's definitely like the accolades. I'm trying to do tours. I'm trying to be all over the world singing my songs with the people that love me um and hopefully get my flowers for it. It's not the biggest deal to me, but mainly like the singing on stage is the biggest point for me. Yeah.
Okay. What advice do you have, Angie, for young creators who, want to get to your spot as it relates to like being signed and or
Mhm.
garnering a following? Like, what advice, what are things doing?
I would definitely say just put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. People will not know you exist if you don't put yourself out there. And consistency. When you find something that works for you, just be consistent with it. It'll help you garner a following very fast because people need something familiar. So once you find the thing that like really clicks with people, just keep doing it. Don't overthink it, and also like don't worry too much about what your videos look like, sound like. Anything can go viral.
Do people overthink aesthetic, you think?
Yeah, definitely. People overthink lighting and like what they're doing in the video. It's not that big of a deal. Just post.
Yeah, yeah. So you think getting the content out and is more important than kind of over analyzing the piece of content to every detail and then
Definitely.
getting it out, essentially.
Definitely. I literally thank God I wasn't thinking about like, my other videos when I first started, like, oh, how do I get views? How do I get likes? I was just posting them because I was having fun. And then when one of them eventually went viral, people had stuff to go back to
Right.
and like, and those things started going up in numbers. So it's all about consistency. If you give people something to care about, they'll probably care about you.
Interesting. So you've seen a post that you've done go really, really well, go viral, and then your subsequent posts before
Yeah.
that start to
Trickle.
interesting. That's what we say to brands too, right? The working with the talent, it's yes, it's a one-time post, but it's not really a one-time post. It's evergreen because
Exactly.
as you mentioned, people go back to your page because you just had a viral moment and then they go down and start liking that ripple,
Yeah.
right? People have seen the Glade ad way more than what the brand thinks because
Right.
back to liking your stuff, right?
Exactly.
I love I love that. Okay. Interesting. So I guess, what lasting, words do you want to leave with people about where they can follow you? What are they going to get if they follow you? What's that going to look like? And what's, upcoming music and things they can look forward to?
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm coming out with, well, I've already dropped my latest project. Please go check it out. It's called Cali Diaries by Angie Khoury. It's on all streaming platforms. I really love it. It's only 6 songs. I'm just trying to like test out the waters, really. I'm very, very new, so bear with me. I have so much more music in the cut though, so stay tuned. And yeah, just thank you for having me. This has been so fun.
No,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us on CreatorCon.